China's top diplomat is urging South Korea not to take sides between Beijing and Washington. Wang Yi speaking to South Korea's National Security Advisor Wi Sung-lac in Seoul following talks with President Lee Jae Myung. Mr. Wang adding that Washington should abandon what he called hostile policy towards Pyongyang to ease tensions on the Korean peninsula. Seoul has been looking to Beijing to help bring Pyongyang back to dialogue. The top Chinese diplomat also expressing hopes for Seoul to achieve, quote, strategic autonomy and develop relations with major powers, and that would include China and the US in parallel and without contradiction. The Chinese foreign minister urging Seoul to adhere to a friendly policy towards China, hailing fully recovered bilateral ties amid progress made this year. Wang Yi raising the possibility of a leaders' summit at the APEC gathering in Shenzhen later this year. He is heading to Jakarta for a 2+2 dialogue with Indonesia's foreign and defense ministers. CNA's Deborah Wong explains what the Chinese top diplomat's Asia tour signals about Beijing's priorities in the region.
So Mr. Wang's back-to-back meetings do signal that China is quite keen to pursue, deeper regional ties in South Korea and Indonesia, but more broadly in the global south as well as in the APEC countries. In Indonesia, we understand that Mr. Wang will be co-chairing meetings on security and the economy and defense as well. He's also going to be taking part in, discussions with defense ministers. Now, this visit, it's quite notable because it also comes a week after Indonesia took part in Chinese PLA naval drills just off the coast of Taiwan. And it also happened during Taiwan's own military drills, the Hangguang exercises. And it's an episode that attracted quite a number of criticism towards Indonesia because it does highlight the delicate balance that regional powers have to play when they consider defense ties with China. And it also draws back to the question of how they plan to balance ties as they engage both China and the US. So Mr. Wang's engagements on these two fronts could also be shaping political and economic alignments ahead of APEC in Shenzhen in November. In fact, Beijing has been promoting APEC in its engagements with other leaders, saying that APEC is going to be a platform for open trade, open economy, multilateral cooperation, and these are themes that are central to its diplomatic messaging. It's also central to the messaging that they're bringing to US-China trade talks, so we can expect similar tones as we look forward to a Trump-Xi meeting in September and potentially one more in APEC in November. But ultimately, when we look at everything together, the messaging from Beijing is that it wants to be seen not just as an economic power, but also as a central player in setting the stage for regional trade, security, and diplomacy in Asia.